Hello guys and welcome to a brand new video. Today I'm here with Rurouni Kenshin, episode number 6 reaction. Okay, the previous episode we resumed the battle between Kenshin and Sanosuke, and we get to see that Kenshin is how Kenshin is leagues ahead of him. He just like parries him and come immediately like defeats him. However, Sanosuke is also not someone who is going to be that easily defeated. He gets up and you can see the rage behind him. He thinks like Kenshin is like those greedy like people, those greedy like imperialists, like the people who took everything from him. And this is the point where you get to know his backstory, how he looked up to a certain person who I forgot his name. His name was his last name was Sagara, the same Saga that he took later on, and he was like the leader of them, and he was like the vanguard, and like like he thought that he was going to give this world like a peaceful, like a world after the Meiji, like the whole situation after getting out of this situation. He's going to make people happy, and like people will have food, people will live happily, there will be peace. That was his goal. Obviously, after like later on, the whole situation about there was like a situation about tax, reducial. That whole situation got completely, the blame got pinned on him, and he gets executed by the same people that he trusted. So obviously, yeah, Sanosuke saw this in front of his eyes, and that's why he doesn't trust Kenshin as well. But in the end, he was able to understand that Kenshin is not like them. He is different. And yeah, and then there was those guys, those two brothers. They tried to mess with us, and like they got what they deserved. So everything kind of ended nicely, and yeah, Sanosuke is probably going to like hang out and join us in the future. And he got very badly beaten by Genshin, but he's tough. He just gets up the next day. The injury that would have taken 3 months to heal, he's just up and about the next day only. So yeah, and there was an after credit scene in the end where there was this one guy who was like killing someone. So let's see. I'm guessing we're going to see more of that. Let us see what happens in this episode. This is episode number 6. Let us get started. I'll be putting the subtitles and the timer here. Sync it to whichever is your preference, and let's begin. Right, here's the countdown. 3, 2, 1, go. Yeah, I think Kenshin's fine with this. Yeah, tastier each time you get. Yeah, what do you call them? Acquired taste. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay. I'm guessing it's related to that guy, the guy who we saw killing that. Hmm. Kurogasa. Oh, black umbrella? Kurogasa? Okay. Hmm. Hmm. Right. All right. Okay, here we go. Bloodthirsty. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh. Yeah. Oh, is that what he there you go. That's what he enjoys. Oh, wow. Whoa. 34 feet. That's a lot. Oh, I doubt guns work on him. Yeah. Like you've seen Kenshin, he can. There you go. Oh yeah, that's also something we saw in the previous video. What? Oh. He probably has experience, like, he probably dealt with people like this. Oh my god, here we go. Typical. Cost of some. Yeah? I'm, uh, yeah, these all look like cannon fodder. Yeah. Probably. Oh wait, he knows him. Okay, that's interesting. Yeah. And he's like, oh, I'm the one who did it. Okay. Yeah, these all look like rabble. Like. Oh wow. They're all sweating. They're all sweating. Oh god. Hmm. Wait, they're playing shogi. Yeah. Hmm. Yeah, I was wondering. Yeah, probably. Yeah, because Kaoru might. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Kaoru might be in danger in the future. Who knows? Not only Kaoru, other people might be also in danger. Yeah, he just wants to. Mm. Well, yeah. Oh yeah. Yep. Probably. Mm. Rumor. Um. Oh damn. You. Yeah. Just sit down. Right. Oh, is he even going to come from there? I feel like he might come from the window in the back or something. No, no, he's coming from the window. Oh my god. There you go. Tip. Well, obviously. Oh god. Uh, yeah, but okay. Yeah. Mm. Come on. No, they cannot do anything. Oh god. Great. Ah. Oh god. Why are you guys coming one by one? What is this? Oh, here we go. Petrification or whatever he does. What is this? Oh, it's. Oh, yeah. Is that like bloodlust or something? Didn't know Ippo. Oh wait, didn't yeah he said right. Oh my god. Oh. Rogue Hitokiri. Okay, Udo Jigen. Why was there no subtitles there? Okay. Whoa! Yeah, what is it? There you go. Like I said, it's like bloodlust or whatever. No, you think he can? No, no, but Sanosuke, yeah, there you go. Yeah, nice. Oh, whoa, the sword is broken. Oh, but yeah, damn. Oh, he's gonna run now. He's gonna go away. Yep. He's like, yep, I need a proper strategy. Hmm. Yeah, his hand is. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, but the thing is, like, but Kaoru and they will win. Right. Okay, this is a problem. This light. Yeah. Nobody died though. Nikaido Heiho. Oh. Oh. Nice. Okay, I see. Hmm. Yeah. True. Hmm. Yeah, but you cannot take it easy with him. Oh. Oh, I see what he's trying to say. Oh. What? Oh, okay. Okay. Hmm. Damn. So he just. All right. Probably like protect Kaoru and yeah and yeah. 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 I was thinking like she would be in danger. In no way is he coming back here unless and until he takes care of the situation. Oh boy. Hmm. Yeah, but he won't be just there like that. Hmm. True, that's also a point. Yeah, he didn't really say anything that I'll come back. He just said that, oh, you stay. Mm. Oh my god. Yeah. Wait, wouldn't okay, what? Shouldn't you go and okay, great. I was going to say, shouldn't you go and follow her, like in case something happens to her in the road? No, wait, is this? Okay, and nothing happened to her in the. Mhm. Yeah. Indigo ribbon. No, you. No, you'll have to come back to give it back to her. That's why. That's why. She's like, yeah, this is one compromise I can make. You have to come back. That's it. Yeah, but I can see where this is going to go now. She's probably going to get kidnapped or something on the way. Oh god, here we go. Because we saw that the Jinne guy. Oh, there you go. I just said it. I thought at least they'll wait a little bit, but it's okay. Oh boy. Wait, what the? What the hell? He just comes in on a boat and just. Alright. Right. I was just saying this. I was like, yeah, it's probably going to go in that direction. She's probably going to get kidnapped on the way. And it wasn't even on the way, it just happened here. That surprised me actually. I thought she was going to give it to him and she was going to go back home or something. On the way, she's going to get caught or something. But yeah, Jine was like, oh, I'm not going to wait. I'm just going to do it now. Oh boy. Uh, Okay, that is it. So this episode we begin with Genshin and Sanosuke and all of them, the whole group, eating fish. And Kaoru's like making them, and Sanosuke's like, "What the hell is this? This is bad." And Genshin's like, "Nah, it's fine. You know, like it is. You know, like it's you get used to it." I think that's what he says, kind of roughly. Wait a minute, let me check. It's not that bad. Miss Kaoru's cooking is a good cuisine. It gets tastier each time you eat. That's literally telling that you get used to it. Or it's an acquired taste, basically that. And oh my god, and Kaoru gets pissed off. She's like, "What the hell is wrong with you?" And tries like throws like the things towards Sanosuke while Sanosuke guards himself with Kenshin. While this all of these things are happening, in comes the police chief and he's like, "I need your help, Kenshin." So yeah, obviously we knew what was going to happen. He was going to ask him help regarding that guy, Jinne, I think that was his name. And he comes in and he's like, "Oh, I need a little bit help from you. Um, it should be a secret though, you know, like yeah, this is like top secret things. You shouldn't tell it to anyone. So I would like you to defeat a certain hooligan." And he says his name is Kurogasa, or he goes by the name Kurogasa. He targets former imperialists active in politics, economics, and government. He's a bloodthirsty murderer who sends vindication notes of assassinations, then slays them. And there's a reason why he sends the assassination letters. It's because whenever that happens, a lot of people will take bodyguards or police force to try to, you know, kind of protect them. And he's going to take that opportunity to kill even more. And he takes fun in that. So, yeah, he says that Kurogasa enjoys slaying other men. He targets an imperialist in an honorable post. The police will earnestly work as guards. And the target itself will use all his power to monitor Kurogasa. Yeah, there you go. So that's like his whole thing. He loves doing that. And he loves like a battle, like a challenge or whatever. As you can see in the end, he kind of eggs on Kenshin to kind of go back to his usual Hitokiri persona and fight him. You know, that's why, you know, like he likes he likes a good challenge, a good battle. That's why. So obviously the question comes up that there were gun bearing police stations, so what about them? But the police chief is like, "Oh, it doesn't matter, he just kills them." And just, you know, like before they're able to take out their gun, he just like immediately kills them. And it does make sense. Like you've seen Kenshin fight. Kenshin guns doesn't work on Kenshin, so why the hell would it work on him? It's kind of like Kenshin, you know, in a way, his skills and everything. So yeah. Now all these things like he kind of tells Kenshin, and Kenshin says something here. Where's that part? The Nikaido Heiho attack. Shin no Ippo. Okay, Nikaido Heiho, as far as we get to know in the end, Nikaido Heiho, I think, is the name of the swordsmanship, I think they said. Okay, I'm gonna go and check that part again. And Shin no Ippo is that thing that he does, you know, like with the petrification thing, I think. So that man has kept slaying people so much that he's fascinated only by the color and smell of blood. Right. 10 years have already elapsed in the Meiji era, yet a man like him still exists. Now, you know what's interesting about this like section? At that, when he was saying this, I was like, oh, maybe Kenshin has previous experience, like, you know, like meeting these type of people who have gone so far to the deep end that they really enjoyed killing, and, you know, like couldn't, like, you know, what exactly does he say here? Let me go back again. The exact term that he uses: he's fascinated only by the color and smell of blood. This line, you know, like I was saying like, oh, maybe Kenshin has met someone like this before and that's why he knows about it. But now that I'm thinking about it, who knows, maybe that's not the situation. Maybe Kenshin himself became like that in a point of time, That is why he can relate to this, or probably it seemed like he can relate to this. That's what I'm saying. Either he has gotten to meet this type of people in the past, or he himself became like this, and thankfully he definitely was able to get out of that, and now you can see he doesn't kill anymore. So maybe because of that or something, who knows, that's the thing. It's either him or he saw someone like this before. He has previous experience, that is why he knows these type of people. Okay, now after that you can see Kenshin is off to be the bodyguard of this guy. Okay, what's this guy's name? Okay, okay, I cannot find his name. Whatever his name is, this guy. He's like, oh, like bodyguards. I don't need it. I have enough bodyguards with me. And the police chief is like, but sir, like yeah, I know you can handle it, but still, like like some bodyguards might help you. And he's like, like like shut up, like you know who I am. I did this, I did that, I was able to protect myself from this and that. Like he starts bragging about stuff. Okay, I'm fully aware. That's why I cherry picked the most powerful guard troop. Fighters devoted to the famous Jusarnro Tani of the ground troops. Oh, his name is Tani. Okay, yeah. Wait, where's the part where he says that I? Okay, let me try to find it. Okay, here we go. I was trying to find this part where he says this. I raced through a forest of swords and a rainstorm of bullets and survived into the revolution. And then he's like, oh, you want some rabble to come and protect me? I'm better than everybody. Like you see these people behind me, they can take easily care of this. So yeah, like who are you even talking about? Like who is this certain person that can be my bodyguard and that is better than all of us? And you think there's someone like that? And the police chief is like, yeah, I think so. And he's like, what? Like, are you for real? And then in comes Kenshin, and he's like, like it's been a while I've seen you, Tani, but you are a different man from when I protected you from the forest of swords and rainstorm of bullets. He immediately outed him, and in comes Sanosuke, and he's like, "Oh, these guys! I remember beating every one of them, like like one day or the other. So yeah, just let them go home. Like we can handle it." And he's like, "No," he says like, "Oh, for tonight we'll buddy up today. So yeah, like don't worry about it. For tonight only." So obviously at this point, like they have to do it because like Tani also knows Kenshin. I don't know what happened. I'm pretty sure he probably acted like this, like a snarky little brat before, and Kenshin probably kind of, I don't know, like probably showed him like, yeah, you know what, don't you try to mess with me. And that's why he's so scared. Whenever Kenshin is like, oh, did you say something? And he's like, oh no, please go ahead, you be my bodyguard. I'll be happy with you. So yeah, I'm pretty sure something definitely happened in that forest, in the rainstorm of bullets and swords. Something definitely happened there. Right. Anyways, so here you can see everyone's like the police and everyone is like keeping an eye on everything. And here Kenshin and Sanosuke are playing shogi, and they're talking about this guy, and they're talking about Kaoru, and like Kenshin's like, oh, Kaoru's probably going to wake up tomorrow, and like hopefully we'll be there by then. And okay, so while they're playing shogi, Sanosuke is like, I'm surprised that you actually took this job, which was I was also surprised, like I was also thinking, like why would he take this job? But then it kind of makes sense when he says that it's not that, like if this was someone else, some random thug, I doubt Kenshin would have done anything. He probably would have like, nah, I don't fight anymore. He probably would have given an excuse like this. But he actually took this job because this is a real threat, and this is a threat that can spread, like not only like this guy Tani, but in the future, like the people other people, or maybe Kaoru herself, might actually be in danger from this guy. So that is why Kenshin took this job, and he's like, yeah, that's why I'm willing to give a hand, because this might actually spread and be an actual troublesome situation. And he says that, but I'm surprised that you took it, Sanosuke. Sanosuke, I just wanted to fight, that's why. So, and then Sanosuke is like, okay, so can you tell me something? Do you know about this guy? You kind of said something before. So Kenshin's like, was going to tell him who it is, but then there was like a random scream, and yeah, they go outside and see the person in front of the gate, like the police officer is just dead. And yeah, Kenshin's like, quick, everyone in formation, and everyone goes to formation. And I was like, this part, I was like, oh no, they're all looking towards the door, he's going to come through the window. Because the window was Tani was closest to the window, and I was like, oh no, he's coming through the window, definitely. That last part is extremely low guarded, and yeah, that's exactly what happens. This is one guy who was like, like he was at the at the back completely, so he was kind of lowering his guard. But yeah, he comes through the window and just slashes him in the back, and in comes this guy. He's just there standing. And yeah, now Kaoru is in her house, obviously, like kind of concerned about the whole situation, isn't able to fall asleep, while this guy is there in front of Kenshin and everyone, counting the men, and he's like, oh, this many men, okay, I'll have fun here today. And this guy Tani, he's like, oh, what are you guys doing? Like, I'm going to quadruple your money that you'll get, and I'm going to give you some government, like posts as well. Like, go and do something about this. Yeah, that is one of the worst things that you could have done at that moment, because obviously these people, they will be like, oh yes, finally, and they'll try to do it and then just get killed. And that's why Sanosuke's like, you idiots, like, don't try to do that. Like in no way can you like fight this guy. And yeah, like the people who try to go and attack him, they just immediately get cut down. And yeah, so, and then Sanosuke's like, all right, you see, like, stop now, like don't try to fight him. Right. So then he uses that paralyzing thing, and nobody can move. Sanosuke can kind of move, but he's like, oh, my body's feeling heavy. So, okay, yeah, he says, like, to think you can still move under Shin no Ippo. So here Kenshin comes in and he says that, oh, yeah, this is Shin no Ippo, also known as the Izukumi spell. And he kind of gives his name. Okay, if you really were Kuragasa that you were, okay. Starts fighting him. Kenshin's hands get cut. Right. Back in Bakumatsu, when I was in Kyoto, I heard a rumor about a certain man. A man not belonging to any domain and solely kept for assassination. An expert swordsman who mastered Nikaido Heiho. There you go. That's the swordsmanship, way. The rogue Hitokiri. Udo Jien. Okay. And obviously he also knows him. He's like, oh, you're Himurabato-sai. So yeah, so Kenshin tells that this is not paralyzation, not any type of magic. It's basically his fighting spirit, and he's kind of using it like a spell, and he's kind of like just suppressing you with that. So this is what I thought before, and it kind of makes sense. Like that is kind of what it is. I said something like, oh, it's his bloodlust. If you think about it like that, I think it is kind of like that, because like you see, like, I don't know, like wild animals, like wild animals like tigers and stuff, they have this thing, where they like roar so loudly, or give out their bloodlust so loudly that it kind of startles like these small animals, and they kind of get frozen or kind of get paralyzed for a momentary amount, and they pounce them, and that kind of thing. It's something like that, like as Kenshin says, fighting spirit, basically, bloodlust, that kind of thing. He like intimidate the enemy in such a way that they literally get paralyzed or like shocked in fear, that kind of thing. Obviously, I think that's the closest we can get to an explanation, because because I doubt this is a show about any, like, obviously anything that would seem like supernatural would have an explanation in this show, I'm guessing, because I don't think there's stuff like this in this show. There would be an explanation to each and everything. So I think this is the closest we can get to a proper real life explanation as to what this is. Yeah, it's basically bloodlust, or like your fighting spirit, as Kenshin says, which you kind of like just throw towards the enemy to kind of paralyze and shock them for a momentary amount of time, you know, that kind of thing. So yeah, and Kenshin says like all you have to do is you use your fighting spirit to kind of like just cancel it, and Kenshin did that, and that's why he can move now. So like Jian is like, oh, like, I'm going to take care of you, but before that, I need to take care of my assassination target. So he tries to go and attack the guy, and Kenshin's like, oh no, like, like I won't be able to go there that quickly. Like you try to cancel out your fighting, like, that thing, using a fighting spirit. And Sanosuke does that, cancels it out, and kind of protects the guy, and kind of like, just drives down like a stone statue in front of him, so that the sword doesn't hurt him. His sword also gets completely destroyed. While using this opportunity, Kenshin comes in and attacks him, and yeah, his head is bleeding, and he's like, you know what, I'm actually having fun, like after such a long amount of time. Yeah, I'll be back, I'll be back later on, and then we'll fight Kenshin. I've changed my mind, I've changed my target, you'll be my target. And he just leaves. So now immediately here I was like, all right, this will be a problem, because he left. That would mean that in no way can Kenshin go back to Kaoru's place, otherwise Kaoru will be in danger. Not only Kaoru, Yaiko will also be in danger. Like, Sanosuke can take care of himself, but Yaiko and Kaoru can also probably momentary like, amount of time, can take care of herself. I doubt Yahiko can do anything if he faces this guy. Even Kaoru probably cannot do anything if she faces it. The only person who can probably do anything in front of this guy is Genshin and Sanosuke to a certain extent. But we saw Sanosuke is also, yeah, not really, like, he can just barely defend himself, that kind of thing. So yeah, so in no way can Kenshin go back. And that's what I thought immediately. And I'm like, yeah, okay, this will be a problem. Unless and until we can find him and defeat him, Kenshin cannot go back. So he leaves, and later on, the police chief is like, are you okay, Kenshin? And she's like, I wanted to take care of the situation now, but nothing we can do about it. So yeah. Now, later on, you see Kenshin and Sanosuke coming back. And they're like, oh, like 4-person injured. No, wait, how many injured? Right. 6 severely wounded, 3 slightly wounded, yeah. And he's like, oh, this is like the least damage that would have ever happened with the whole Kurogasa incident. And yeah, like, it's great. At least nobody died. Right, so he asks a few questions, Sanosuke. He's like, what are these terms that you were just throwing about? Answer me. What the hell is Kurogasa's Jine Udo's Nikaido Heiho? So, Nikaido Heiho is a sword art that uses 3 stances, letter 1, 8, and 10. Right, so combining the 3 letters 1, 8, and 10, that is Taira. That's why they call it Heiho. Right. The creepiest, feared, and widely known attack is the ultimate attack. Wait a minute. I just one thing I'm trying to think now. When did the wait? This is a Meiji restoration, so the whole Shinsengumi situation is here. When did the Genpei War happen? Wait a minute, let me check. Um, you know the battle between the Taira clan and the uh, Yoshitsune clan. No, wait, the Taira clan and the Genji clan. Wait, Genpei War time. I think it was called the Genpei War, wasn't it? Yeah, the Taira and the Minamoto clan. Okay, 1180 to 1185. Okay, Meiji Restoration time. When Meiji Restoration time? When did that happen? Oh, it's a long time later. Okay, wait, never mind. It's like a long time later that happened. Damn, so the Genpei War happened such a long time ago. 1180. That's a long time ago. That's like, whoa. That's like a long time ago. While the whole Meiji Restoration was very recent. I wouldn't call it recent, but it's still, you know. Right. Wait, when was the Shinsengumi? When was Shinsengumi formed? 1863. Okay, yeah. That's the same amount of same time, right? Okay, never mind. I was thinking of something else. So when there's like when he said tired, I was like, wait, did the Genpei War also happen at the same time? It's just like I kind of just thought about that, but no, never mind. It happened way long ago, right? The creepiest, feared, and the widely known attack is the ultimate attack. Shin no Ippo, said to have been usable only by the founder. So an overwhelming amount of spirit is slammed into the opponent, freezing the opponent's body, similar to paralysis. Most secret of all attack. Yeah, like I said, it's basically that. Like how a predator kind of intimidates you and you just get shocked for like a momentary amount of time. That kind of thing, basically. So yeah, and Sanosuke's like, oh, but I'm sure it'll be fine because you are one of the most powerful people. You are on our side. But then Kenshi's like, oh no, you're kind of mistaken. Even though we both are Hitokiri, you know, he actually, like, you know, okay, where's that part? It's not easy like that. For the 10 years since the revolution, okay, there you go. I have forbidden myself from slaying men. However, this guy has been keeping, you know, trying to, he's still killing people. So, there's a large difference as a Hitokiri. Right, so here's the thing. I actually don't agree with Kenshin's logic here. Like, I can understand what he's saying. He's saying that, oh, he has kept killing, so that is way different, while I have stopped killing. Yeah, he has stopped killing, but I feel like, you know, like, fighting and, like, kind of fighting without killing is way more difficult and way more, I guess you could say, it takes a lot more skills and, you know, like, strength than fighting to kill. You know, like, just think about it. Like you're fighting, and if you just kill someone, you just kill someone, that's it. But you're fighting and you're not killing them. I think that takes way more effort and way more, I guess you could say, talent than just fighting and killing. Like anyone can just fight and kill, you know, like as I say, like it's easier to destroy than to build. So that kind of logic. So I don't know, like I can understand what he's saying. He's like, oh, like against him, like he's been killing. But oh, you know what? Okay, I can see what Kenshin's trying to say here. He's not really saying that. Okay, I think he's saying that he's actively in battle. That is why Kenshin, who has actually kind of refrained himself from fighting, while this guy just picks fights every day. That okay, yeah, that's what he's trying to say. I think, yeah, that is probably what he means. Like Kenshin is trying to say here is that this guy actually goes into these situations and like invites trouble in just because he likes fighting and killing people. While I am trying to refrain myself from killing, that's why I'm fairly keen, like, you know, in a peaceful situation most of the time. Unless and until a few ruffians come and, like, you know, mess with me, I just kind of like teach them a lesson. That's all I do. However, this guy, he's sending letters, luring in people, killing them, police, and that's what he has been doing every week or every month, whatever, you know. So his situation is way different than me, who's trying to avoid these things and who aren't really fighting. Probably getting into a few squabbles here and there, but this guy is actually like dealing with danger every single day, unlike me, who's trying to live a peaceful life. So that's why Kenshin is like, right. So it might be a problematic situation. For the last 10 years, I might have actually gotten rusty. And he is keeping, himself, like, yeah. So I think that's what Kenshin meant, yeah. When he appeared in the Kyoto during the first Bakumatsu era. Right, so here he brings up another important information about this guy. He says that he was first a member of the Shinsengumi. So obviously, Sanosuke's like, wait, what? Wasn't he part of the revolution? Like, what's going on? Why Shinsengumi? They're the arch nemesis of the imperialists. And he says, like, yeah, in reality, he did slay a lot of revolutionary warriors. Even more than that, he committed unnecessary murders over and over. And right when he was going to be disciplined within his unit, he slayed his attacker and fled from the Shinsengumi. And 7 months later, he appeared on the revolutionary side as a Hitokiri and first shogunate supporter, then an emperor loyalist. Okay, wait, just a minute. Now, there's one thing I think this is one thing that I'm not really clear about. Can you let me know? So the revolutionary and the imperialists are I understand that are the same group. Are they like different organization within the same group, or are they like the same? Like, I'm guessing from the name, imperialist means like a like under the emperor, I'm guessing. And revolutionary means the people who revolutionize, like who are like rebels. So they seem like they're on the same side. It seems like they're on the same side, but I'm guessing they're like different groups or something. Like, that's what I'm trying to figure out. Like, obviously, you can see the shogunate are the ones who, I guess, by the end got defeated. The Shinsengumi was in the side of the shogunate, while Genshin was part of the revolutionaries. Then who are the imperialists? Like the imperialists and the revolutionaries, are they like the same thing, or are they like different organizations within under the same wing? Like, that's what I'm trying to think. Like, yeah, this part is a little bit confusing me, I think. Now, wait, so I think like I probably would have understood this because if I knew about this part of the Japanese history, like the Meiji Restoration, I've heard about it, but I have no like concrete understanding or any clue. So what I'm trying to figure out here is, like, here Sanosuke says something. First a shogunate supporter, then an emperor loyalist. Now, recently I got to know that I don't know, up until now I think I thought that the shogunate was like the top. No, apparently the shogunate is not the top. The shogun above the shogun is emperor. I think they call him the Mikado or something like that. So what I'm trying to think here is like he says a shogunate supporter, then an emperor loyalist. What is happening? Does this mean that the shogunate and the emperor, they're like actually like against each other? Like I said, I probably would have understood this if I had an understanding of Japanese history, especially during this time, the Meiji Restoration. But I actually have no understand. I don't know anything about it. So wait, you know what? Let me just check. Meiji Restoration. I think if I search that, I might get a few answers. Meiji Restoration. Meiji Restoration, referred to time as Honorable Restoration, is also okay. It's a political event that restored practical imperial rule to Japan in 1868 under Emperor Meiji. Wait, Meiji is a name of a person? What? Wait. Political event that restored practical imperial rule to Japan in 1868 under Emperor Meiji. Okay, wait. So Meiji is the name of a person. Oh, yeah, that kind of makes sense, I guess. I don't know what I thought Meiji was, but I didn't expect it to be the name of a person. Okay, it's the name of an emperor. Okay. Although ruling emperors before the Meiji Restoration, the events that restored practical abilities and consolidated the political system under Emperor of Japan. Ah, there you go. The goals of the restored government were expressed by a new emperor in the character. Restoration led to enormous changes. Wait, then what about the shogun? Shogun. End of the Tokugawa shogunate. The Tokugawa government had been founded in the 17th century, initially focused on establishing order, political structure established by Tokugawa Ieyasu, solidified under two successors, Tokugawa Hidetada, Tokugawa Ieyasu. The Tokugawa shogunate came to its official end on 9th November 1867 when Tokugawa Yoshinobu. Right. So then military reform, centralization, industrial growth. Okay, I still I'm not 100%. Wait, okay. The foundation of the Meiji Restoration was 1866 Satsuma Choshu alliance between Saigo Takamori and Kido Takayoshi, leaders of the reformist elements in the Satsuma and Choshu domains and the southwestern end of Japan archipelago. These two leaders supported the Emperor Emperor Meiji's father, and were brought together by Sakamoto Ryoma, for the purpose of challenging the ruling Tokugawa shogunate, Bakufu, and restoring the emperor to power. I see. I'm kind of clear now. Okay. After Komei's death, Meiji ascended the throne on February 3rd. The period also saw Japan change from being a feudal society of having a market economy and left the Japanese with a lingering influence of modernity. Right. Okay. So yeah, the one thing that I was trying to understand was that is this battle between the emperor and the shogunate? Yeah, that is what it is. So the shogunate or the wait, I think the Tokugawa shogun. No, the Tokugawa shogun. No, wait, what? I just forgot. Immediately, I forgot. Yeah, I think that. Yeah, the Tokugawa shogunate. Yeah. So this is actually happening. So I'm guessing the ones who were at power here was the Tokugawa shogunate, and the ones who were revolting around against them are the reformists or the revolutionaries and the emperor or the imperialist. So the revolutionaries and the imperialists are in the same side. However, they're two different things. I'm thinking that's what's going on. I think so. Right. And that's why they call him the emperor loyalist, and the shogunate supporter is the other group. Okay. Right. The only thing that exists in Gene is the desire to slay other men, and yeah, that's what. I kind of went on a tangent here, but yeah, what Kenshin was saying here is that since I haven't really fought, like he's way more stronger than me now, I think, and he's way more used to these type of situation. So yeah, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take him alone. Like I have a job for you, Sanosuke. And I knew what he was going to tell him. He was going to tell him to go and protect Kaoru, and that's what he did. So he went off, and you can see Kaoru sleeping, and he tries to play some tricks on Kaoru, and Kaoru just hits him. And then Kaoru's like, where is Kenshin? And he says that Kenshin isn't coming back for now, at least. He's going to deal with the whole situation. You saw what happened. You see this arm injury. He did it. Jie, I think that was his name, and Kurogasa, and he's the one who did it. And so it's not like a laughing matter. So Kenshin told me to take care of you and protect you while he takes care of this situation. So you can see that Kaoru is kind of thinking that I can understand her her concern here. She's like, I understand what you're saying, but did he say anything about coming back? He might say something like, yeah, I'll be off on my another journey. And you can see Kaoru doesn't want that. Obviously, Kaoru's like that guy betrayed me. I've lost my father, so now I don't want to lose Genshin as well. So I'm going to go, and up until he comes back, I'm going to stay with him. And and that is true. I can kind of see Kenshin doing something like, oh yeah, off on a new journey, and doesn't tell anything to Kaoru and just leaves. I could easily see that happening, and Kaoru was also probably thinking about that because not because I'm not saying that Kenshin, I can see Kenshin doing that because he's mean or something. No, because he this is the first thing. this whole situation with this guy, the Kurogasa situation, this is the first thing that has happened. You know, I'm pretty sure after fighting him, Kenshin probably could have thought something like, in case something like this repeats, some person who tries to get me, you know, comes, he might harm Kaoru. So better now that I leave, in this situation, taking this opportunity, and not come back, so that Kaoru is not at danger. That's why I'm saying. I feel like that's something that Kenshin might have thought, and that is something that Kaoru probably realized, and she thought that Kenshin might think like this, and he might leave actually without saying anything. And I think there was a high possibility of that happening. If Kaoru didn't go now, and if Kenshin fought this guy and defeated him, he might have thought that, what, this is just the beginning. I have a past which can come back to haunt me anytime, and the people who I'm living with here, they might get involved in it. So to avoid that, I should just leave now. He could have easily thought that, and he probably would have thought that. I think, I don't know, and just left. He probably would have left, and that's what Kaoru was thinking. So Kaoru just left, and Kaoru was like, I need to go and see him. And yeah, and she's off, and you can see Kenshin, and I was like, wait, Sanosuke, you should go, go and follow her, because we saw that guy, like the Kurogasa guy, he was there a few moments ago, just like giving out a sinister laugh. So he knows, like, he's going to, we know that he's going to target Kaoru. So obviously he doesn't know, but but Kenshin gave him the, the, what do you call it, the responsibility of protecting Kaoru. So yeah, I understand Kaoru is going towards Kenshin. However, the way, there's a little, distance. She's going to go from here to there. In that moment, if she gets kidnapped or gets, somehow, attacked or something, what's she going to do? And Sanosuke was just like, oh, I'm just going to go to my bath. I'm like, what? Like, go with her. Like, what are you, what? That part really confused me. I'm like, you should go with her. Like this little distance. Like, obviously she cannot just teleport to Kenshin. She has to go through the road to, reach Kenshin. if something happens within that time, what then? But nothing happened in that time, so that was good. However, yeah, later on we see what happens. So Kaoru comes in, and I love how Kenshin's like, oh, someone's here, I can feel the bloodlust. And he just sees that it's Kaoru, and she's like, oh, it's Kaoru. Kaoru don't know. What are you doing here? Oh boy. Anyway, so Kaoru says that, yeah, you know what, I'm going to stay here up until the end, and after you deal with this situation, then we're going to leave. And Kenshin's like, I cannot protect you and fight, this guy's not that easy. So then Kaoru's like, alright, you know what, I can come to a compromise. She takes out her scarf, and she gives it to Kenshin, and he's like, here we go, my favorite indigo ribbon, I'm lending this to you. Keyword, the key point here, lend. You have to give this back. So after you do your thing, come back and give this back to me. And obviously this was her compromise. She was like, yeah, if I do this, Kenshin's going to come back, and then then he cannot leave. And that was the farthest she can go with her compromise. And she was like, yeah, this could work. And Kenshin gets the ribbon, and I was like, you know what, this whole smells of a setup. The anime is setting up for, I immediately knew what was going to happen. I was like, yeah, she's giving him a ribbon, and she's like, oh, after you fight Jine, come back, this and that. And I was like, you know what's going to happen? She's probably going to say goodbye to Kenshin here. She's going to try to go back to her house, and she's going to get kidnapped in the middle of the road. You know what happened? Something even crazier than that happened. Kurogasa didn't even wait up until she left for her home. While talking to Kenshin, he just randomly popped up on a boat and just grabbed Kaoru and just daylight kidnapping. In front of the person himself, he just grabs her and just leaves on the current of the river. I'm like, what the hell? Yeah, I knew this was going to happen, but I thought that at least he's going to wait up until she leaves for her house, or on the way she's going to get kidnapped. Oh, he didn't even wait. He just immediately did it. And yeah, he just grabs her and just leaves. And he's like, come, like, like, I know your weakness now, Kenshin. And he's like, throws him like a letter or whatever. And he's like, come to this place. Like, and when you come to this place, like be your true self. I don't want to see the the Battosai, the Kenshin Himura who has stopped killing. I want to see the Kenshin Himura who was called the Hitokiri Battosai. I want to see that guy. So yeah, like, and then he just leaves, obviously. So yeah, and that's where it ended. Right. So yeah, there you go. So I guess this is going to continue the next episode. Kenshin's probably going to go to the indicated place and we'll probably have a fight there. So let's see what happens. Anyways, that was episode number 6 for Rurouni Kenshin. If you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to press the like button. Subscribe if you're new to the channel or you haven't subscribed. Comment down below anything you want to say, anything you want to let me know. I'll check them out. That is it. Thanks for watching. I will see you guys next week with another episode of Rurouni Kenshin. Until then, goodbye and have a nice day.